Hello everyone, my name is Ishaq
Take your time,
and
no
I'm
rush
from
at.
AI. Hi Maya, how are you?
Hi, Gita. Nice to meet you. I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
Okay, my question is what does the word sorry mean in modern English?
That's an interesting question, actually. It's funny how words evolve over time. Sorry in modern English is almost everywhere these days, isn't it? We use it to mean everything from deep regret to mild inconvenience, which I think makes it feel a little different than it used to be. Do you find yourself saying sorry a lot?
My second question is from which
No
old
worries.
English word is sorry derived?
That's a tricky one. Let me think about that. Thomas Edison was born in Milan, Ohio. His family later moved to Port Huron, Michigan when he was a kid. He came from a Dutch family who originally fled New Jersey for Nova Scotia way back in 1784.
Okay. My third question is what does the old English word sharing originally mean?
Hmm, that one's really unclear. The audio cut out quite a bit there. Could you maybe try rephrasing the question or saying it a bit slower? I want to make sure I'm understanding you right.
Okay. My fourth question is how do you mean of sorry change?
Oh, got it, kids. How do we get kids involved with computers or something?
Okay. My first question is what sorry always used in apologize?
And it is used in apologetics with that story. It seems like there's a few angles on this. Some religious discussions frame evangelizing and apologetics as a spiritual battle instead of a physical one, using biblical references about spiritual warfare. Truth, Faith, and Reason.com has some thoughts on it. There's also historical analysis through an apologetic lens, like
Okay. My
re
second
examining
question
the
is
Crusades. More broadly, there's discussion about how Christians should respond to current global conflicts. The Denison Forum has some coverage on that front. Hey, Jita, just a heads up, our call's getting close to ending in the next minute or so. That's because you haven't created an account yet, which keeps our sessions at 5 minutes. If you make a free account, you'll get much longer calls with me, but no pressure. Just wanted to let you know.
okay. My seventh question is I
Okay,
understand what
what's the
emotion
next
or
one?
story mostly connected to.
That's a beautiful thing to ask. What emotion or story moves you the most?
I say again. यार my seventh question is when did sorry begin to be used as
You were asking about.
an apology?
Of course. How can I help you today?
Hello.
Hey, welcome back.
My seventh question is when did sorry begin to be used as an apology?
That's a really interesting question. An epilogue is basically an extra part at the end after the main story is finished. It's used when the writer wants to tie up loose ends, maybe show what happened to characters years later, or offer some final reflection. When do they usually pop up? Mostly in novels and sometimes plays. Not often in short stories, which tend to wrap up everything in the main plot itself.
Okay. My eighth question is what is sorry different between apologies?
I'm hearing something about what is solid and clean apologist. Is that right? It sounds like there might be some like transcription issues there. Could you say that again?
Okay. So my next question is which language influenced the word apology?
Word apology actually comes from the Greek word apologia. Originally, it meant a defense, like when you were speaking in your own defense in court or public. Over time, it shifted to mean a formal admission of wrong, which is what we think of today. The Greek root traveled through Latin to Old French and eventually into English. So, Greek roots, but English word we know now. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my 11th question is how do saying sorry help in social relationships?
Hearing stories really helps us connect because it's just naturally how humans build trust. When you listen to someone's story, it shows you care and that you're present, which makes them feel seen and valued. Plus, stories are powerful. They carry emotions and experiences that build empathy between people, helping you understand their perspective and create that connection.
Okay, so my third question is how do don't change the meaning of sorry?
I'm a bit unclear on that one. Could you say the question again? I think I heard service, but I'm not sure I caught the full question.
Okay, so my 14 question is how is sorry used in British English compared to American English?
Okay, that sounds like a great topic. In British English, you'll often hear story with more of a rounded or sound, almost like store-y. In American English, it's often flatter, like store-y, with a more neutral vowel sound. There are small differences in how they use it in phrases, too. For example, British English might be more likely to say, tell me the story versus tell me a story in American English. It's a subtle difference, but it can be noticeable to native speakers.
Okay, so my 16th question is why is apologizing important to communication?
Hmm. I'm catching pieces of step in, post up, and apologum. It sounds like maybe you meant apology. Is that right? And what you're asking about?
I asking about apologizing. Apologizing.
Ah, it sounds like you were asking about a balloon. Is there something specific about balloons you wanted to know?
Okay. So my 16th question is how can overusing sorry affect communication?
I think you're asking about how using sorry affects communication, right? It can be really powerful in the right context. Saying sorry can de escalate situations, show you take responsibility, and make someone feel heard. But here's a twist: overusing it or apologizing when you don't need to can actually make you seem less confident or even push blame onto yourself. The key is to use sorry authentically when you've actually done something wrong, not as filler or avoidance.
Okay. So my 17th question is how do children learn to use the word sorry?
Kids actually learn story in a lot of ways. It starts really early from being read to, of course. Parents or caregivers use the word constantly. Let me tell you a story. Pick it up through hearing it in conversation and in books. They start using it themselves to describe what happened. I had a start and then gradually understand it's about more than just what happened, but how you tell something with a beginning, middle, and end.
Okay. So my 18th question is saying sorry always manage or fix a mistake?
Not necessarily. I'm saying sorry isn't always 100% honest. That's a really smart question. Sometimes people say sorry when they don't actually feel responsible or understand what they did wrong. Often we use it as a way to smooth things over, if we're not truly sorry. It's almost become a social habit in some cases. There's
Okay,
this distinction between true remorse versus just a polite social response when someone's hurt or upset, even if you didn't do anything wrong yourself.
okay. My next question is, what emotion and the word sorry express beside regret?
To piece that too. Could you maybe were asking about with emotion, sorry, and resonance?
I say again, what emotion can the word sorry express beside regret?
Okay. Okay, you're asking what emotions are connected. I'm sorry, and recognizing there's also often empathy, right? Feeling what the other person is feeling. And for the person hearing the apology, they might feel relief, forgiveness, or even just acknowledgement that their feelings matter. It's a pretty human moment, recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and the connection matters.
Okay, my last question is, why is understanding the history of sorry important?
Okay. Dein zweiter guter Punkt ist, dass sorry auch für gute Punkte verwendet wird. Also als eine Art Aufmunterung oder Anerkennung. Findest du das interessant, wie sich die Bedeutung von sorry in verschiedenen Situationen verschiebt?
Okay, bye, Maya.
I'll be right back.